Hello guys, this is Dr. Yashad Sharma again. As I said before, this is a follow-up video on the one I made before regarding building my computer system. My computer system has been completely built at this point with all the water cooling kit and everything. It's just been installed already, so I don't know if I'll be able to show you the system, but as you can see behind me, I've got my entire setup ready to go, and I'll just show you what I've got, and I maybe might show you a bit of gameplay footage as well, because you've probably seen I've got Far Cry 5 behind me running in NVIDIA surround mode at this point in time, which is really fun to play. So yeah, let's have a look. Okay guys, let's have a look. As you can see, this is what my screens look like from my point of view. I'm using a head-mounted GoPro at this point in time. There's my trusty Eticaster here. There's the computer. It's all been built, and as you can see, it's a big heavy case with water cooling in it and a lot of very heavy components. 3 rads, which are quite big and thick, and lots of fans and stuff. So very difficult to move it, but you can trust me, it's water cooled. I'll show you the temperatures very soon if I can get a way to record my screen in a moment. As I told you, I'm running surround, and surround's notorious for not being very easy to record, because there are 3 1440p panels which are running at 120 Hertz at the moment in surround. So I don't know how to actually get OBS to record that, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll show you the other parts of my computer for now. I like to use this. This is a Razer Wildcat controller. It's pretty good, and I like to play role-playing games like Far Cry anyway, so they play best with a controller, I think. You could use a keyboard and mouse as well. I have keyboard and mouse in front of me, but I prefer playing it with the controller. It's just a lot better, and I can sort of roll back and get a better look at the system. Right now I've got Far Cry 5 running at around 66 Hertz with the 1440p ultra wide running, and yeah, with pretty much maxed out graphics. So I think that's pretty good for a 4-year-old GPU. I am actually intending on upgrading my system soon. This system, the big one that I just built, will stay as is for now, and we'll build another one, maybe a smaller MATX system, which will have the new 5950X. I have that on order right now. I don't know when it's gonna get here, but we'll see. And potentially even a Ryzen, not a Ryzen, what's it called? Radeon 6900 XT as well. Mainly because I want the ability to do my triple surround thing, or Affinity in that case, I guess. But the thing is, I've got 3 Acer Predator XP271 HUs right there, and they are G-Sync panels. So I'm a bit unsure whether to get the AMD GPU or to get the GTX 3080 or the 3080 Ti. The 3090 I don't think is worth it, especially in Australia. All the decent ones which have half decent cooling on them are like $3,000, so that's too much. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'll probably get the 3080 Ti, which is rumored to come out next month. Anyway, I'll show you my audio setup as well. So this here is my main DeX. I do have a triple monitor stand coming. As you can see, I've got 3 separate stands for the monitor, and it just takes up too much desk space. I've got a triple stand coming soon on order, and I'm going to just put the 3 monitors on the stand so that they are actually aligned. Right now, you probably can't see it, but the monitors are not exactly aligned properly. There's a bit of discrepancies in terms of heights and rotations for them, just because the table that I'm using is very old and it's a little bit deformed based on the heavy things that's been on it for a while now. So yeah, so I'll probably upload that video soon when the thing does arrive. It's, I think, scheduled to arrive in 2 weeks or so. It's coming from America, so we don't know. And yeah, anyway, now let's have a look at my audio system here. This is my MacBook. This is the computer I use for work and school. And yeah, it's pretty bulk standard. I've got this adapter thing on it, which adapts 2 of the USB-C ports or the Thunderbolt ports into an array of stuff, including an HDMI output here, 2 USB 3s, a USB-C pass-through, another USB-C pass-through, and micro SD slot and a full-size SD slot, which I think makes it a lot more usable than it is in its current configuration. I still have 2 Thunderbolt ports on this side as well. This is the 2018 6-core MacBook Pro. It's not the M1 ones. I'm looking forward to the new M1 15-inch MacBook Pros if they do make one, because this one is due for an upgrade. I've beaten it to death by this point. It's been dropped so many times. It's like deformed. It's got all these scuffs and stuff on it. So it lasted. Usually MacBooks shatter if they touch anything more robust than feathers or something. So this one actually done pretty well. The Yeticaster, as I told you, there's a blue Yeti on this. I do have a Yeti Pro, which I might mount. So I've got a blue Yeti Pro. So far I haven't really noticed a difference because I'm using USB anyway. I'm not using the XLR output. So let's see what we get. The other thing is my audio setup here, and this is a pretty high-end audio setup. I've got a shit stack in the middle, so the shit Modi, Uber, I think this is the Modi 2 Uber, a shit Loki, just the amplifier for different things, a shit Magni amp, and then I've got the Woo Audio WA7 Fireflies first gen tube amplifiers. So the way it's set up right now is the shit Modi is receiving a USB signal from my computer, and it's going to the low key equalizer, and then to the Magni, which is acting as a preamp in this case, and then that's being outputted onto the Woo Audio WA7 tube amp. So the Magni is acting as a preamplifier here. It can act as an amplifier as well if I just plug in the port here. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. The Magni, the shit stack's fine, but the Woo Audio does sometimes have a bit of an issue and a mind of its own. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. It's not let me down so far. I've gone through one set of tubes so far for both the power supply, which is tubular, as well as the amplifier itself. So this is the amplifier here. And yeah, I use some very high-end headphones with this, and so far the sound's been really good. The main headphones, my daily driver headphones, are these. These are Sennheiser HD6XXs. They're pretty good. They do their job. Very good amplifier, very good headphones. Pretty decent sound signature. I think these are rebranded HD650s, which were very high-end at one point. But I got this from Massdrop a couple of years ago, and they haven't really been a problem at all. The next thing is this. This is my pride and joy. This is a very high-end headphone. This is a HD 800S, the Sennheiser HD 800S. So this comes out when I'm really immersed in my gameplay. So we'll see what ends up happening with the gameplay, if I can upload anything. But the problem is both of these are open back, which means you get a lot of feedback with this thing. But they're the best that you can get, so we'll see. I think the HD 820s have come out. I've listened to them. I don't like them very much. They sound too closed. But I guess they are because they are closed back headphones. So that's what you would expect. This is what I use for playing open world games like Far Cry. So if I were to play the game properly, right now it's just running a benchmark, I would use these. The next thing I have is this thing here. This is a Audio-Technica turntable. I'm a big fan of high-end audio, and I've got a couple of records here. So records, It does a pretty good job. It's not a particularly expensive device, but it's fine. It doesn't cause any problems, and I think you turn it on and then you can just do this, and then this goes on there, and then it's got a little connector, the RCA connector, which I connect to either of these. I usually like to use it with the Magni anyway, because this is already an audio, this is already an analog output, and I've really noticed a big difference between the tube amps and the Magni for that matter, because the Magni is a digital amplifier, it's a solid state amplifier, not a tubular one like the WA7 is. So yeah, so this is my high-end headphone. Just chill it here. This thing I can turn off. Let's close this again and put this back on top. And I've got my printer here, which is very important because you have to print things all the time. I've got a second system there that's sort of like a placeholder system at this point in time. That's the system that used to hold the GTX 1080 Ti hybrids at one point. I've taken the GTX 1080 Ti hybrids and put them in the big computer here, which means that they're now fully water cooled in the custom loop. So I had to put like a couple of placeholder cards in that particular system, and so far I've put in the EVGA GTX 580s. These are 10-year-old cards at this point. At this point in time, I can't even get SLI to work because there are a couple of unclosable programs that Windows is running that these are not allowing me to switch to SLI. So let's see what ends up happening with that. I have a third computer as well. It's a Rampage 4 Extreme 3930K dual GTX Titan Blacks as well, of which I've swapped the air coolers from the Titan Blacks with the hybrid water coolers that I had on the 1080 Ti. And after doing a bit of testing, they actually seem to be performing quite amazingly. So I'm just waiting for a couple of things to arrive in the mail, and then I can show you that system as well. But stay tuned if you want to see it at some point. And yeah, this is pretty much my system. Here I can show you a bit of gameplay since you've come so far. Let's have a look. Let's kill something if we can find like an animal or something, because I have a sniper rifle equipped. Yep, there you go. And that was a headshot. Killed him. Yeah, I do plan on doing a bit more streaming. I've been wanting to stream for a very long time, but there's been a problem where I just never had the time to do the editing and all that. Now that I have graduated from medical school, it's a lot easier. So let's see what ends up happening. These are really, really, really hard to kill. That's a headshot. That should kill him. Yeah, it's perfectly smooth. I think because of the G-Sync, even though I'm dipping below 60 frames per second, the game just feels nice and fluid, even with the 3 ultra-wide displays. I think this GPU has aged really well for what it is. I think it equates to approximately a RTX 2070 non-super in terms of performance. So of course it doesn't have ray tracing cores, so if I put Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's just not gonna work properly. So there's that. Oh, that was... Oh, I'm out. Let's see. What's up, bro? Come here. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I am dipping a bit right now. I don't know why that is. The thing is, I've put a very mild overclock on this system at this point in time. The GPUs are not overclocked at all, because I've realized that the ultra-wide was really not stable with the overclock. I've done individual overclocks on the GPUs and disabled SLI and tried to run it then, and it ran fine. But right now, there is indeed a problem. Oh, that's extended range on. Oh, I'm out of sniper rifles. Let's play with the controller. I've got this thing, Why am I not able to? I have 39 bullets. Why can't I use that? Oh, I don't have any bullets left. Okay. So I can probably get some more. Okay. Good. So yeah, this is basically it. Like, don't want to turn this into a gameplay video, but I'll try and see if I can push this system a bit further. Of course, they're old parts now. They're pretty obsolete at this point, but they were very high-end at one point, and I did pay a lot of money for them, so hopefully at some point we can get some gaming done. And yeah, I am going to get Star Citizen installed in one of the hard drives and actually play it at some point. I haven't touched it in like 2 years at this point, and the last time I played it was extremely badly optimized, so let's hope it doesn't get too bad. Where is it? Oh crap. Yep, good. So yeah, so that's basically it for now. I'm going to do a bit of... I'm going to try and overclock my system as much as I can for this point in time, because I've realized it's not running very hot. So we'll see what ends up happening. Okay, so that's it basically for this video for now, and I will upload a few gaming videos soon. Thank you for watching and see you soon.